march on till victory is won. Is won.
And now we welcome Molly Nicole to sing the national anthem for the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our featured bout. It is scheduled for 10 rounds, and it will be for the WBA and WBC Women's Middleweight
Clarissa Shields and Kate.
Championships of the World. Brought to you by Salida Promotions in partnership with Win Records, Clarissa Shields Promotions in Route 30. Presenting sponsor is Zeus Network, along with our great sponsor, OnlyFans. Sanctioned by the Georgia Athletic Commission, Executive Director Matt Woodruff, along with World Boxing Association, President Gilberto Mendoza Jr., Supervisor Kina Malpartida.
What main card means?
Boxing Council President Mauricio Suleiman, Supervisor Jill Diamond. The judges are Mike Ross, Wilfredo Esperon, and Alex Marin.
Oh, yes.
Will be Joel Scobie. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event. So boxing fans, live worldwide, and boxing fans here in Atlanta, Georgia, the hour of truth has arrived. Introducing first, the challenger. Fighting out of the red corner, she comes to the ring wearing red with gold and weighted officially at 159.8 pounds. A native of Flint, Michigan, she is now fighting out of SA and had a stellar amateur career, becoming a two-time Olympic gold medalist, and now as a professional, undefeated, 18 wins, 3 wins, come by way of knockout. Her accomplishments include winning 19 world titles in 5 weight divisions, becoming the undisputed light middleweight and middleweight world champion, the current undisputed heavyweight world champion, and the #1 pound-for-pound female fighter in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, universally recognized as the greatest female fighter of is the quote, Claressa T-Rex Shields. And across the ring in this main event, she is the defending world champion, fighting out of the blue corner. She comes to the ring wearing red with white and weighed in officially at 158.8 pounds. Coming to us from Sydney, Australia, she brings a professional record of 5 wins, just 1 defeat, and 1 draw. Tonight, in her first world title defense, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the reigning and defending WBA and WBC Women's Middleweight Champion of the World, Kate.
Okay, Claressa and Kay, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I remind you to follow my commands, protect yourself at all times. Just listen up on the low blows. Both of you are going to go from the middle of the letters and up legal punches. Go up to your ball.
All right, so finally, it's go time. 12:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. Are we about to see another dominant, destructive beatdown from Claressa Shields, or can Kay Scott pull off one of the biggest upsets since James Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson? Shields beat Mike Tyson. Shields a 30-1 favorite. Our main event starts now, live from Atlanta, Georgia. This for the WBC and WBA middleweight championships of the world.
And what to watch early on with Kay Scott is, can she stay on that front foot?
Look at Claressa.
Would be successful against Claressa Shields fighting off that back foot. We saw it with Claressa's last fight with Franchon Cruz-Missouri. Franchon wanted to be a front foot fighter, but just couldn't seem to keep the pressure of Claressa Shields off her.
And Scott's not going to have any success if she's stiff. I mean, she fights so stiff and tall. Normally that's good if you're fighting another fighter not as fluid, not as quick on the trip. Amount of time for Shields' time to.
She also has very little head movement, so she keeps that head right up the line.
Scott likes to fight coming forward, but right now Shields is forcing her back. Good jab there.
And that's where Scott is actually vulnerable on the back foot. She keeps her head high. She doesn't turn her chin in.
Good shots from Shields, and Scott fires back.
I tell you, we are already, I think, seeing some of the evolution of Claressa Shields. She's sitting down on these punches a little bit more.
And I'm surprised that Scott's exchanging hooks with her so early.
Well, Chris said earlier, there's no way. The way-in, she was impressed by how big and strong Kay Scott looked.
But you gotta remember, Shields also has faced someone that's 6 foot tall, just like Kay Scott. And they're able to handle her and Danielle Perkins. Actually,
Oh, Kate got a nut already.
Coming up on the forehead of Kay Scott.
She's had problems before.
That's gonna to a hematoma very soon.
Mm-hmm.
The slip. The Sleds are here tonight. Sugar Shane Mosley, famously known for his draw with Sergio Mora. There's Mayweather and Crawford sharing an intimate moment. Shakur Stevenson, one of the pound-for-pound best in the world today. YG, the rapper. And there's Usher ringside here in Atlanta. All right, round two. Good first round for Claressa Shields.
They just told you not to do that, Clarissa.
Chris, what are you seeing so far?
I see a woman in Claressa Shields that wants to win a fight by knockout. We've seen Claressa have success in the past, flurrying, throwing 8, 9, 10 punch combinations at times. I think.
Now give it to Kate Scott. I mean, she's mixing it up with Shields, but look, Shields has the faster hands. I think she has the more compact power type punches. But right now, Kate Scott's giving just like he's taking. I would love to see Shields throw body shots. That's what she does. She always neglects the body. She's always trying to hit her. If she can take down, get the respect of Scott downstairs is something easier than the top. You can see Shields trying to shoulder roll and trying to come back with that right hand. Good body shot.
That bump on the head of Kay Scott is getting bigger and bigger. They're working on it in the corner after that last round, but that is going to be a real problem.
Yeah, usually bumps like that don't come from punches. They're usually by elbows or something sharp that hit her there. Normally a glove doesn't do that. Or a headbutt.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the doctor take a look at this either after this round or the next one.
Exciting fight. Janelle Herring on X. Hater, another Claressa Shields in the draw. Even got rival promoters giving her free promos. Talking about MVP, which has become sort of a rival for Claressa Shields. She called it out yesterday. Said, I'll beat any. Which had an enormous hematoma form on her head, similar to what we're seeing here tonight. They've got to get that end swell going on her, Sergio.
They've been doing a good job pushing it down. I mean, it should have been a lot worse by last over corner. Okay, Scott doing a tremendous job.
The worst one I ever remember seeing was
Steve Rockman.
Steve Rockman, I believe, against Evander Holyfield.
Clarissa.
That was a depth that used in his head, but a great Holyfield.
Scott with a 1-2.
Good shot right on top of the head. I think she clipped that hematoma with that right hand.
Looks hard to miss. He's got two hands. Looks hard to miss. He's got two hands. There's a left hook from Scott.
And Scott
This is what Scott needs to do. Be on the front foot, trying to push back. She said she was going to do it, and she is. I like the jab that she's throwing to the torso today, the gun area as well.
She's eaten a lot more shots than she's handed out. Some good body work from Claressa in that exchange.
And Scott knew she was going to have to eat shots. She was going to have to go through fire.
Quadruple jab from Shields. And Sergio, you wanted more body shots from the Grunt. She's giving them to you.
Oh, I seen that, Kane.
And that she has a better technique and just barely missing those left hooks that we're talking about were keys to victory. Look, shots like that, they're barely missing because of the lack of upper body movement of Scott. Claressa Shields in complete control of gutsy effort being shown by Scott.
Put it into the round for Shields.
How do you feel? That's good work. You're a little bit closer to him. And then when you're Scott, you get a little bit closer. All right? Good work. Press that button. Press that button. Good work. Claressa Shields with the slightly faster hand. There's that shoulder roll, trying to catch her with that shoulder roll. Came up short right there. This is where Shields squares up, and there is openings for uppercut. Both these fighters are squaring up. You can see that it's Shields with the slightly faster hand taking advantage of the shots around the guard.
I tell you, I love the chemistry that John David Jackson has with Andre Jarrell in the corner of Claressa Shields. No overlap there. JDJ gives his instructions right at the top, points at Andre, he gives his piece. Very
Or 2 fights ago where everyone was giving conflicting information and talking over each other. It's good to see a corner that has their act together as we look at Chris Manning's scorecard.
Yeah, pretty easy fight to score at this point. 3-0. K. Scott, tough, landing a few shots, but overwhelming work being done right now by Claressa Shields.
You see some openings for Scott to land some big punches, sir?
It looks like there's no opening with the right hand, but Claressa keeps rolling with that shot. I mean, she's got really good at that shoulder roll, confident with that left shoulder, blocking that jab. So no, not yet. See how Shields has been practicing that. And maybe overcommitting with a left jab and then coming over the top.
More good body work. John Jackson's asking for that after that last round. She's been doing effective body work these last 2 rounds. Good body shot there. Yeah.
This is more body shots that we're accustomed to seeing from Claressa Shields.
You look at some of these numbers. 174 to 98 advantage in punches thrown. 37 to 19 in the power punches landed.
Shields is not overloading like she has in the past. And this is by design. They've worked on this. They're working on breaking down opponents responsibly with that jab, not overloading, not losing your ground. Shields is looking sharp and responsible. Responsible.
Nice shoulder roll again by Claressa Shields. 2-time Olympic gold medalist.
And there's that overloading with that right hand. That's the first time I've seen her do it so far.
Ooh, stiff jab. Big crowd here tonight, an even bigger one coming up September 5th at the historic Croke Park. They're expecting 80,000 fans for the farewell song from Katie Taylor as she rounds out her incredible career live on.
No need to be rocking there. Once you say you're gonna do, he's gonna try to run real hard. Anyone under it?
They want her to be rough in there, Sergio.
And I love hearing that. They're not here to win a decision because they know they can't outbox someone like Clarissa Shields. They can try to outfight someone like Shields, but they gotta get her going. They gotta get her more of a tough fight.
All right, we're in round 5, scheduled for 10. Shields probably has won the first 4 rounds. 5, scheduled for 10. Shields probably has won the first 4 rounds. Now she's allowing Scott to come to her. Maybe catch her with a counter right hand. She's got a full counter. She's setting up for it, Sergio.
Shields is really good at fighting off the ropes. You see it in every fight. She's so comfortable firing off that ropes.
There it was. It landed. But Scott, true to form, trying to make it rough.
You can see that Scott's really strong on the inside when they tangle up on the inside.
I don't think Kate gonna let her knock her out though. I don't know now. I don't see it.
There's that shot. You know, if you're not in a position to throw it like
Trying to bully Shields on the inside.
Kate do not want to be knocked out.
The crowd sounds like they're a little bit concerned, but I think Shields is allowing her to do this.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think there's a method to the madness here. Clarissa backed into that corner without being pushed there. Okay, Scott wants to try to take advantage, but Clarissa landing some good counter shots here as well.
good left hand there by Scott, but I agree. I like the way the shot picking a shot.
And Sergio, when they're in this kind of grapple, the body's open to K-Scott. I think Clarissa's using that as a way to get to the body.
And Shields taking advantage with the body shot. That uppercut. Beautiful shot. Both of them around the guard.
And now Shields coming off the
Well,
rope.
you gotta lift that head up.
Smart strategic.
Again, Shields firing to the ribcage. Right, the best round of the fight, though, for Kay Scott. Not sure she won it. Oh, big left hand there, and Scott got hers in too.
So once the Clarissa Shields in against the ropes. Look at the slight little catching and countering. Good body shots. Isn't that? Smother her. She still wants a little bit of space to let a shot like that. Really clean work, even against the ropes. It's a work.
This crowd has turned into a party.
I sure don't want to see the party. I just want to see the fight. Thank you.
All right, round 6. Shields wants a knockout in the worst way, Chris. You think she's going to be able to get it?
I think K-Scott's been tough so far, taking the best that Clarissa Shields has thrown at her. But I do like the body work. When the knockout comes, it's going to come from a good body shot.
Shields said she normally does 6-week training camps, did 12 weeks in preparation for this fight because she said, I want to destroy.
Around 175, back down to 160. Haven't fought there in 3 years. She told us this week that she kind of got stuck at the 170s, 2 months before the fight. Took a while to lose those last few pounds, so she's glad she took that full 12-week training camp.
I like the punch selection by Shields. You know, she's trying to set us that right hand, but when it's not there, she puts them together real nicely, not overloading on the punches.
If you're wondering, yes, Clarissa Shields has been knocked down before, but it has been 8.
Fight took a while to lose those last few pounds, so she's glad she took that full 12-week training camp.
I like the punch selection by Shields. You know, she's trying to set us that right hand, but when it's not there, she puts them together real nicely, not overloading on the punches.
If you're wondering, yes, Clarissa Shields has been knocked down before, but it has been 8.
Kate won't let her.
They stop it now, Chris. She doesn't look good. Kate Steele get her first knockout in 2 years. She's ready to go.
Wait, who threw that in there?
Every towel they've got. It's all over. Claressa Shields.
Oh, she threw it.
Not one, not two, but 3 towels come in to stop this fight and stop that onslaught by Claressa.
I didn't know what was going on. Thought that was from the crowd.
What a performance by the Crow. Another chapter is written as she comes back down from heavyweight to become the unified middleweight champion of the world.
We are watching something special. We're watching greatness. Who goes up to heavyweight, comes right back down to middleweight to do what she just did. Carry comes right back down to middleweight to do what she just did. Carry that power from 160 to 175 plus, just bouncing around from different divisions, knocking out and beating up different champions. Incredible.
Anything less than a knockout was not going to please Claressa Shields. She was on a seek and destroy mission, and that's exactly what she did. There will be an argument, Sergio. Maybe it's for a later day. But who will be the greatest female fighter who ever lived? Katie Taylor or Claressa Shields? You tell me.
Listen, on any given day, you can go to either side. But there's a reason Katie Taylor is in the pound-for-pound #1 list. There's a reason she's going to fill out a stadium. But Claressa Shields is incredible. What she's doing from the amateurs all the way to the professional ranks and only getting bigger, more popular, stronger, and hurting fighters like this. Taking her time, being in position. A beautiful, dangerous performance by Shields. There's that hook right there. Bad technique failed Kay Scott like I knew it would.
Claressa is now 31 years old. She said earlier this week she wants to keep fighting until she's 38. So many more magical moments to come. And perhaps...
Awesome fighter, front foot offensive, Olympian. Another great champion as well. But there's so many names that are around that list that Shields is the only one willing to sacrifice and go down in weight and go up in weight. More of these women should do exactly just that to make the biggest fights happen.
That's what this crowd came to see. They wanted violence, and they got it. And the party, Sergio, was going to go deep into the night. I can promise you that. The bars here don't close till 3 a.m., I don't think. Maybe 4. Well, Sergio, I ask you this once after every fight. Give us a grade.
Come on, man. How can you not get that an A++ type of performance? Perfect execution and exactly what Claressa wanted to do. She did it with flying colors.
All right, Thomas Triber, are you in there, my man? Tell us your story.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 1 minute 38 seconds of round number 6. The blue corner retires their fighter. Our referee, Joel Scobie, accepts their retirement. Therefore, your winner by way of technical knockout, still undefeated, and the new WBA and WBC Women's Middleweight Champion of the World, known as the GOAT, Claressa T-Rex Shields.
She's won world titles at 154 pounds, 160, 168, 175 heavy.
Weight champion. I mean, that's incredible. That really is greatness that we're watching and witnessing.
But hey, it takes two to tango, and how about Kay Scott stepping up to the plate and fighting with everything she has?
She has nothing to be ashamed of, and everything she said she was going to do, she attempted to do, but she was just in there with someone that was just way better, way greater, and way more experienced on a professional level.
Whoa, Billy. All right. Feel free to stay on that shot, Bob, our producer. What the heck are you doing there?
You're going to get a lot of that in the letter, baby.
That's the director. He's not the director under the bus. Get up, you rascal. But hey, I think Kay Scott brought a knife to a gunfight tonight, and it was Claressa Shields who blew her away as we go into the ring, and Chris Mannix.
Well, Claressa, congratulations. You get your 19th win, 4th knockout, collect belts number 20 and 21 on your resume, and you prove again you're the queen of 160 pounds. How'd you feel about that performance?
Oh man, I felt, well, one, I want to give my honor and I want to thank God. And I want to thank my team, Coach John, Coach Andre Darrell, I want to thank Pat Poole, thank Win Records, Zeus Network, The Zone, Jimmy Toledo, my promoter, man. This was a hard camp. It was a hard camp. You know, I always tell myself that everything's easy work, but it was a really hard camp. I cut 38 pounds. I started 14 weeks ago. I was 198, and then I got down to 160, and it was a hard camp. I mean, the most disciplined I've been since the Olympics, I feel like.
You knew coming in you probably had a big skill advantage, speed advantage, accuracy advantage, but it seemed like from the opening bell you were looking to get that stoppage.
No, I was actually just trying to figure her out. She was stronger than what I thought. She was very strong, and I knew that with me cutting the way that I cut, that I didn't want to exert too much early. I didn't want to exert too much early, so I was trying to make sure I can deal with her strength and not get caught with nothing crazy, because I'm not as strong as I feel at 175, but I am as strong, but I just don't feel like it. I started going to her body and breaking her down. And I think that my jabs and everything was really on point, but I kind of thought that Kay, all the girls are super tough and go 10 rounds. So I was like, well, do the same thing. I'm going to go 10 rounds. How can I go, knock her out? And when I started going to the body and seeing that my right hand was just landing, I'm like, get a little bit closer, take my time, my shots. And when I think I threw a right hook and a right, and I slowed it down, and all three of them hit. And I think her leg was up, I'm like, oh shit, she's ready to go. So he's been working on it all camp.
Walk me through reaction over there before she went down. What did you see there?
I just remember getting close and going to right, hook, right. And I seen that she was trying to fight back, and I think another right and a hook, and then she started wobbling and going down.
Seemed like they threw every towel in the locker room in there at the very end. You disappointed you couldn't get to the highlight finish?
I know. I am happy with my highlights. I'm happy with my performance. I'm happy with my camp. I sprained my knee. Everybody keep asking me about my dang knee brace. I sprained my knee 2 weeks ago working on delivering my power with a shot. And my thing popped out of my leg. So I was trying to make it didn't pop out during the fight. So I had to wear this thing the past 2 weeks. But I felt really good. I feel really strong. And I can't wait to fight against Lauren Price at 160.
Came to see you tonight.
That is so crazy to me. Oh my God! I walked out here, I said, oh, they in this mother level for your girl. Man, I knew I could do it. And then I love black excellence just like Detroit. And I came out here to show why I'm pound number 1.
All right, so Lauren Price, is that the fight that you want next?
Yes, if I can get it in between December and January. If not, I would love to fight against Michaela or Tam Tebow. She got the rest of 3 belts. She always had fight in a professional where she got belts. It's not my fault this girl don't have the experience that I have. But hey, she got a belt that I know belongs to me. And that's the when I decided to come back down to 160, they'll automatically make me number one. I don't know how the Ring magazine let Delcy and Tam fight for for the ring belt, and Tam was not number 2 or 1. It doesn't make sense.
Congratulations, Clarissa.
Yes, thank you. And to all my fans, I love y'all. For spending y'all hard-earned money, get y'all hotel, y'all flight. Everybody that drove here and got on buses from flight, I love y'all. And I can't wait to get back out here and do this again.
All right, Dimitri, we'll give you the last word. You want to come back to Atlanta?
Atlanta was great. Clarissa made history again, being the first woman to have to fight the best. She's been going up and down the way historically, and we won the biggest and the best fights. Atlanta, Detroit, New York City. Here we come.
Sky's the limit. Appreciate it, Dimitri.
All right, Sergio, Clarissa Shields, as she always says, I'll fight anybody, but she's really dialed in on Lauren Price. Will that be a competitive fight?
Oh, it'll be an incredible fight. I mean, it'll be an internationally popular fight. And I just love that she's willing to call out not only popular fighters like Lauren Price, but underrated champions like Tam Tebow. That's the one that actually makes the most sense. Tebow actually is big. She's strong, puts punches together, but unknown. I
She
love
needs a
that.
couple years, don't you think, to be in her peak?
No, what I'm saying is Clarissa Shields not dodging that smoke
Right, okay.
by not mentioning her name. She's a champion. She's a ring. So the fact that she goes for popularity in champions, and also the people that the champions that deserve the respect and recognition.
All right, well, they wanted a show, they got a show. Clarissa Shields showing out in Atlanta, Georgia, her first time fighting outside of Michigan in 4 years. She improves to 19-0 and wants to fight as soon as December. And next week, we are headed to Las Vegas, Nevada for a DAZN pay-per-view live from the T-Mobile Arena as Rolly Romero and Teofimo Lopez will have to put their friendship on the back burner and slug it out. Let's jump into highlights of this, our main event. Sergio, plenty of good stuff to talk about.
That is everything. It was a Clarissa Shields show, and I love the patience she showed. The patience, the punch placement, the power, everything was from the foundation, though. When we said, what were the keys to victory here? It was going to be Clarissa Shields really capitalizing on the bad technique of Kay Scott. Look, both of them were squared up and swinging for the fences early, but the longer the fight goes, the more that technique matters. Not speed, not power, not timing. It's technique that's going to get you to the finish line and have that experience.
Thank you so much for staying and watching. All your likes, all your shares.
And this is when it got in trouble for her, when she started exchanging with Shields on the inside. Once that punch landed right there, right on the tip of the chin. The legs went, the knees buckled. This fight was over right there and then.
Yeah, Shields landed a massive shot and Price aimed as best she could, and then they threw in, like I said, every towel they had to stop this fight, and the crowd ate it up. Clarissa Shields, truly the GOAT. Let's look at some CompuBox numbers, and as we mentioned, outclassed here tonight. Clarissa Shields landing 92 total punches compared to 60 for the Australians. Well, State Farm Arena has 16,000 fans. Dimitri mentioned maybe New York City in the future, but Chris Mannix, you join us now. Why not take that fight to the UK? They might be able to sell a football stadium for that.
I don't know about that. I don't know if Lauren Price is that big. I'd like to see Lauren Price here in the U.S., Atlanta, anyway.
Anywhere is good for me, too. We'll be back to put a bow on this next.
Good night, y'all.
A player Mike bet on just missed an open net tap-in and got subbed off.
I could have scored that in jeans.
Mike doesn't know it yet, but thanks to Bet365 sub on, play on,
The net was wide open.
his prop bet rolls over to the fresh lip sub coming on. So if the sub scores, Mike still wins.
False alarm, people. My bet's still good.
If your player gets subbed,
因为节约点活动。